My name is Nathan Simmons, and I'd like to play a game.
It's 11:30 in the fucking morning.
Earlier for me, baby girl.
And I'm Dustin Goes to Hollywood. And podcasting is distasteful to me.
Oh boy, sure is.
Hard agree.
To me.
To me. It's not a to me. And this is the Silver Linings Playlist. This is the Silver Linings Playlist, a podcast that tries to find the silver lining in anything of joy and of a positive nature in this franchise.
I see that you abandoned the ending thing because this movie doesn't have one.
Nope.
Do any of them?
I would argue this is not a movie.
This is not a movie. This was a sequence of events.
This is just flashing images that appear on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Not in sequential order either.
No.
Anyway, this is the Silver Linings Playlist, and we are a movie podcast that watches films such as Saw 5, also known as Saw V, aka we're Saw V for making you watch this movie.
Fuck.
How did we start on 5? How did we start with 5?
Well, if you remember, way back in season 3, we did cover the first film.
We did?
We did, and
listeners, someone confirm that. Thank you.
I said in I think it was the Bodies episode, that there is a movie out there that features, to me, one of the worst deaths that I could imagine going through, and that I would put it on the schedule for this season.
Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about it with this movie, but when it comes to Saw 5, all I gotta say is, and Nathan, I think you'll appreciate this, well, the takes run dry, because this is out of ideas.
Boy.
This movie is out of ideas.
So I will preface this up top by saying this is hashtag not my franchise.
No.
Like, I am not a Saw guy.
You're not a Saw head.
And this movie has no sauce. I think I saw... I know I saw...
You really got JT with that one.
Thanks, buddy. I'm pretty sure I saw the first one when it came out. And then I cannot tell you... Okay, Dustin's gone. Fuck it. Who cares?
No, wait. Ridley came in and I was like, you got to get the fuck out of here. We're talking about Saw.
Bring him in. He's of age.
I know I've seen a bunch of these sporadically over the years. I cannot tell you a thing about them.
I feel like Moss would be helpful here.
Maybe.
I find these movies to be
Bad?
Too realistic.
badly shot,
Oh.
poorly written.
Mm-hmm.
And what's weird about it, though, is that first one has kind of like has some stuff in it, right? Like there's some good performances. There's a fun whodunit. There's a great twist. But like as they've gone along, it kind of blew my mind that this movie does absolutely no legwork for the uninitiated.
Yep.
Like this is episode 5. Like you are in the middle of a story to the point where the movie basically says, okay, here's all the threads that'll be explored next time in Saw 6, because we're definitely doing another one. I'm just kind of baffled by it.
Well, they were rocking like an annual release for these bad boys for years.
I know.
Until Paranormal Activity came in and took their thunder.
Sure.
No, I got to tell you, I didn't remember. Really, all I remembered about this one was the ending, because that's why I put it on the schedule. But no, rewatching this, I'm like, oh, this is not a movie. This is playing cleanup to try and make sense of the previous 4.
Right.
Because this is the first one where Costas Mandylor, who's playing Hoffman, is now...
I'm sorry. What's his name?
Costas Mandylor.
He has one of the sickest names of all time.
I know.
That is fucking dope.
Yeah.
I think he's Australian, if I'm not mistaken. But
he is. It comes out in some scenes.
It's the first movie where he is now the face of the franchise. He's the big bad because he gets introduced at the end of the last movie as now he's taken over or whatever. And
unfortunately, this is the blandest antagonist I've ever seen in a movie.
Until he becomes basically the Terminator in the 7th movie. Because I don't know if you guys remember that one, but that's where he's literally going through a police station just shooting people in the fucking neck.
Oh, hell yeah, I do.
Oh, I have not seen that one.
Oh, that's the one where, spoilers, they bring your boy from Saw 1 back.
Yep. Carrie Elway's comes back.
Oh,
yep.
yeah, I do know about that. Yeah.
Short of a leg and everything.
That movie written by IMDb message boards, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But no, this is the one where they have to make sense of all this.
Yeah. And so what's so weird about this movie is like the previous films followed the sort of police procedural idea, right?
Yep.
Like we have a bunch of people in a trap. And then we have the detectives trying to get to them, and it gives it a ticking clock, right?
Yep.
And it connects the two stories. This is 2 films smushed together.
Mhm.
There are a bunch of dickheads who wake up in a trap. And then most of the movie is Strom standing in rooms by himself, imagining what he thinks happened in the previous 3 movies.
He's having flashbacks where he could not possibly be privy to that information.
And then it'll cut to him being like, "You son of a bitch, you set it up, didn't you?"
That's the issue, like, I think starting with this one where, like, the trap stuff trap is completely disconnected from, like, the cop storyline. Whereas in the first 4, it was all one story.
Yep.
And then this one's just like, nah. And it's the same in 6, I think, and definitely 7, where, like, the people going through the trap have nothing to do with the lore. I'm going to call the lore side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Nathan, are you wet?
That's the pattern on his shirt.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the revolver cover.
It does look like you're just pouring sweat.
Jigsaw's the scariest fucking guy I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, God.
It's like, this motherfucker is drenched from the neck, only the neck down, though.
I thought you were like trying to make a weird callback to me saying, "I guess I'm wet" in the Slumber Party episode.
No, you just look like you went neck deep in a swimming pool, but you're like, I can't ruin my hair.
He's got that neck sweat, you know?
Yeah, I just gave myself a tracheotomy right before this to get out of a water trap.
Oh, okay. It's blood. Yeah. Got it.
Oh, God.
I don't remember what I was saying.
So the goal of this show is we watch Saw 5. We're going to talk about it, and at the end we'll come up with a silver lining for what happens at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, I guess.
Yeah.
This is the franchise I was of age when it came out, where I'm like, oh, I can now start going to.
I can style Nart.
I can style Nart. I can get all styled up and go see these movies in theater.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was the hot fucking new horror franchise after horror laid kind of dormant for a while.
Yeah, it was.
And yeah, I remember being like, okay, I'm into these. It's kind of a soap opera, and there's deaths happening in the background. And then the more it went on, the less juice this thing had.
But it's also, you're right, it's totally structured like a TV series, like a soap opera, to the point where, like, early on in the movie, a character is given a locked box, they open it, and then we never discuss what was inside.
Yep.
Oh, it comes back later, baby. Don't worry.
I'm sure it does.
It also looks like a soap opera.
It does.
It looks like an unpolished, like, soap opera, like, TV situation. I never got on board with that.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, the further we get away from it, the more I'm like, God damn, I was fucking dumb in my teens for liking this shit. However, and I think Mally will attest to this as well, I stand by Saw X. Saw X is a good movie.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's good.
Saw X is not bad.
It's basically, for the first half of its runtime, it's a Lifetime movie, and then it becomes a Saw movie.
Yes, 100%. I like the first one rules too. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, it does. And I think the only other one that I would maybe stick my neck out for a little bit is 2. And that's because 2 was not originally going to be a Saw movie.
Right.
Tubi.
They literally did the Hellraiser thing where they took a script, dusted it off, slapped the Saw name on it, and like, there we go, here's your sequel.
Is that the one with Donnie Wahlberg?
It is.
Yeah, I remember enjoying that one.
I don't mind 3 either.
3 has moments.
This is the one in the franchise where they lose me. And then 4.
Are we going to sit here and say that we like all of them except for this one?
Well, look, Saw 4 is pretty good.
Well, 4 does pull off the Fast and Furious twist.
It sure does.
Which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing about Saw 3 was the main character.
Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
I hate that guy.
Oh, the guy that looks like Nathan?
Okay.
Does he?
Well, he's got the neck sweat going on. Anyways.
Okay, real quick. My only thought about this one was kind of like it seems like they understood that, look, people are here just to see what creative ways we can kill people.
Yeah.
But we barely see that in this movie, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to put these story bits just to call it a movie.
Yeah.
That's how I went into watching this one. I was like, okay, Dustin said he only put this on a list for a kill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just going to pay attention to the kills.
But that's the thing, though, is like I said, it is not really a full-fledged movie because these movies typically, there is a quote unquote game that is taking place, and at the same time, the police are trying to stop it. That's how these things typically go.
Sure.
And in this one, the game is kind of an afterthought. It's like, oh yeah, right, we gotta kind of have that, don't we? Because it has no connection to anything in this movie. Not you could pluck it out completely, and you would be totally fine with the story they're trying to tell.
Yeah, does Julie Benz even come back?
Nope.
After this one?
Nope.
No.
Okay, so like, wow, what a nothing plot.
The Saw wiki, I will tell you, lists her character as still alive.
Okay.
Oh.
And I forgot about this, but in Saw 7, 3D, whatever, the one where Carrie Ellis comes back.
That's the one that has that poster where they're building a jigsaw kaiju.
Yes.
That's my favorite movie poster of all time.
It's so fucking funny.
Yes.
But yeah, they list her as still alive, even though she never gets mentioned again in this franchise. And that guy shows up. There's that scene where they're like, it's like the AA meeting, but it's like we survived the jigsaw traps. The tweaker dude is there.
Oh.
And I forgot about that because the Saw wiki had to tell me.
Is he?
Apparently.
Huh.
Interesting.
But yeah, none of this stuff apparently has any bearing on fucking anything. So it's just plain cleanup.
Missed opportunity calling it the Saw Wiki and not the Book of Saw.
Oh,
That's a very good point.
God, that movie fucking. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Spiral is dead last. We eventually got to cover it. It has maybe the funniest ending of all time.
It has one of the most non-endings I've ever seen. Yeah.
It gives Don't Worry Darling a run for its money.
I don't know if I ever finished it.
It is a fascinating failure.
I saw that shit in theaters waiting on
Wow.
my motorcycle to get fixed. And I was like, well, I got 2 hours to spare. Fuck it. I'll go see Spiral.
Right, had to throw in that he's also a cool fucking dude in the middle of that story. I gotta get my hog serviced, so I went to see Saw.
And my motorcycle had to get fixed as well.
Hey!
Lastly, what I'll say before we get to the info dump is that we watched the unrated edition of the movie, which is 95 minutes, and the rated edition is 94 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed that 1 extra minute of uncut carnage.
Yeah.
Is it just like adding in additional frames of blood?
Probably of gore. Yeah. But lastly, the only thing I'll say is, for 95 minutes, this movie is fucking long.
Oh my
I was
God.
checking my watch so much watching this thing.
It breezed by for me.
Oh my God, Andy has a watch?
God, Mr. Rich Boy over here. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of time.
I watched this on Plex and the server went down 50 minutes into the movie.
Yep.
And I said, you know what? Good.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to finish this tonight.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, I never got Plex to work.
Mhm.
I was not going to download this thing whenever you uploaded it.
Mhm.
YouTube had it for rent for $3. So I spent $3.
Oh, you gave money to this franchise. Ugh.
I can't do that.
I also didn't want to watch it before we recorded at 10:30 in the morning.
This movie already made over 100 million.
Yeah, they don't need your $3, man.
What's 3 more?
Exactly.
Missed opportunity to not make each one another dollar amount. So Saw 5 is $5, Saw 6 is $6.
Also, weird way to find out JT's fucking rich.
I know, little rich boy over here got money to pay YouTube of all people. God, couldn't be me.
Hey, I ain't got to watch.
I ain't gotta watch.
All right, go into info. Time. So the year, if you need a refresher, is 2008. The director is David Hackl, a joke that writes itself.
Yep.
He is the production designer for Saw 2, 3, and 4, as well as the production designer for Skinwalkers and Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Oh, great.
They handed him over the reins for film, and this is what we got.
Yeah.
The film stars Tobin Bell, Costas Mandylor, Scott Patterson, not Scott Peterson, just so I want to be real clear about that. Betsy Russell, Mark Rolston, Julie Benz, Carlo Rota, and Meagan Good. The budget was... What's crazy is this franchise was so successful, and yet the budget for this movie, anyone want to take any guesses? What do they think the budget for Saw 5 is?
$10,000.
Definitely under 15 million.
Okay, JT, you got a guess?
15 million and one.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna say 20.
$10.8 million
Fuck.
for this thing.
Damn.
But it managed to gross $114 million worldwide.
That's so upsetting.
That's like chump change to JT, though.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
This motherfucker, like, he didn't say it, but he rented the whole franchise.
Yeah.
For $3. It was a deal.
Yeah, $21. He was like, let's go.
He doesn't have a motorcycle. He's afraid of falling on that silver spoon in his mouth.
Meanwhile, I'm the only one without a webcam.
Or a house.
I have neither of those things, but go off, King.
It currently has a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh boy, 13% feels apt.
Yeah.
Nathan, can you change your shirt? It's so distracting.
Just pop that bad boy off. It's okay.
Yeah. And now your face is shiny. I don't know if you turned up the brightness.
There's something going on in here. I don't know, man.
Can we stop body shaming the man? Jesus Christ.
Here we go. Is this better?
Yeah.
You're in leopard print now. It's so much better.
Way better.
All right.
All right.
Although I feel like this is going to add to the sweatiness. You know what? Never mind. Move on.
Pop it off, baby.
Less layers. All right.
Whoa! He popped it.
I don't necessarily like how this is going, but let's get over to the trailer.
It's better than talking about the movie.
You're true. You're too true, my bestie.
I am true.
Nathan, you got plans after this? Can we pick your outfit? He didn't say no.
Hello, Agent Strom. If you're hearing this, then you finally found what you've been looking for.
The most terrifying franchise ever.
That would be Terrifier.
Just to be clear, this was 3D, right?
No, it was not.
Really?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I truly don't think it was until 3D, the 7th film.
Those titles look like they were meant to be 3D.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, but that's just kind of Lionsgate's whole thing, right? Like, we're fucking twisted.
Oh, that's a good point.
I thought you were capable of being.
This looks like a Limp Bizkit.
Yep. A Limp Bizkit.
Guys, I like recording in the morning. First thing.
Have you learned enough to trust me?
No. Why would anyone trust you? Have you seen what you look like in the mirror? You look like the most untrustworthy person of all time.
You're saying this as a puppet, you fucking idiot.
Dude, I would never get over Billy the Puppet's like bald-headed ass horseshoe haircut that he's got going on. It's so fucking funny.
It's good.
Male pattern baldness is not a laughing matter, Dustin.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Didn't Billy the Puppet explode in one movie?
Man.
He did in the last movie, which we see in this movie. God damn it. Anyway, let's get into the film. So there is, I got to say, a bit of nostalgia for me seeing that Twisted Pictures bumper because it is crazy to remember a time where movies could get made with one production company and one distributor.
Yeah.
There you go. This was it.
We literally just watched a Michael Bay movie that was produced by, what was it, China Video Entertainment and Alibaba Pictures.
I think it was like China Movie Media Group or something like that.
It was so funny. Yeah, and then also, this is our first Twisted Pictures release since Stay Alive last season.
Oh,
right?
That's right. Yeah. Boy, just a beacon to quality.
So good.
So, yeah, we start this movie in an empty warehouse, much like every other fucking movie.
Every movie ever made.
Every single movie starts in a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, Seth, is in a trap, of course, where he is strapped down by the neck on this table.
A Cooper trap?
A little bit of a Cooper trap. You know what? Missed opportunity if there's no character in Saw 11 named Cooper. They're just going to put that out there.
Honestly, that's the crossover I want. Cooper trap in a Saw trap.
Cooper versus Jigsaw.
I'm into that.
Whoever wins, we trapped.
But Seth is in this trap where he's got to crush his hands. Otherwise, he's going to be completely cut in half by this pendulum.
A Tuesday.
This is not a new thought either, but Hoffman is a fucking asshole because we come to find out later on in this movie that this is not a traditional Jigsaw trap. This one is done by this guy, Hoffman, who got introduced in the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
And this takes place kind of right at the beginning of the Jigsaw timeline. If you need any kind of refresher, I think at this point he's maybe killed I know saying killed for Saw fans is a loaded fucking word, but he kills two people before. We'll get into it later. We will get into it later. I'll save it.
Because I'm over this man's bullshit.
This guy, Seth, got off on a murder charge because of a technicality. We find out later in the movie.
Everybody has their kinks.
And Hoffman wants to play judge, jury, and executioner on this guy. So he's basically like an ICE agent.
Jesus.
Wow.
Then again, I do have to say that it does appear that this guy, Seth, does have some Nazi iconography tattoos, much like an ICE agent as well.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I couldn't tell for sure, but it sure looked like it.
Yeah.
If this actually is supposed to be that Hoffman set up this trap,
yeah,
why is Tobin Bell the one voicing the tape?
Right.
I know it's just to throw off the audience, but that is just lazy filmmaking. That doesn't make any sense at all. It is Tobin Bell voicing this tape.
He's got one of those ghost face voice changers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's told he'll live if he fucks up his hands. And it's like the things you use to take lives. And I was like, is he like a strangler? Like,
for real. And we cut out later, no, he slit the sister's throat. I'm like, it would have been better if it was a strangulation.
Right.
Yeah.
What was so funny about the editing in these movies is so insane, but like it occasionally, this happens twice in the movie. There's two characters who have like a death scream that just gets looped. Like there's like 3 times in a row we hear this man go, ah, ah, and it's the same yell.
Aren't the last couple of these directed by the editor of the first few?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, they just keep like promoting from within.
Tight. Motherfucker saw one 9 Inch Nails video. Was like, that's it. That's the wave.
Yes, absolutely.
For me, it's like they shot like 12 seconds of footage, and they're like, okay, for this one, we'll do a zoom in.
Yeah.
Then we'll play it back inverted, so it looks like a different shot. Then we'll play it in reverse speed.
And if someone is in a trap that includes like their neck, we need at least 3 shots of them going like shaking their head back and forth.
Dude, that one of Scott Patterson in the fucking water thing, it's so fucking funny.
So fucking funny.
But this tape says, Seth, if you put your hands into this device, it'll crush your bolts to dust. That does not have it because he tries to use his hands later on. If his bolts are dust, he should just have like floppy hands, and he doesn't.
And it's so slow.
It's so slow.
Oh yeah, he immediately pulls his hands out and tries to
unbuckle the thing. Yeah,
right.
But I got to tell you, man, 5 minutes in, and I was regretting putting this movie on the schedule because this pendulum trap is gnarly. The sound design actually kind of made me nauseous. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, wow.
The pendulum, the sound of it actually hitting his skin is real gross.
Uh-huh.
But then we see someone is watching this scene through a peephole, which we'll come back to later. It's Hoffman. But yeah, this guy gets fucking cut in half with this pendulum. And
yeah,
again, this guy got off on a technicality for a murder charge, of course. But seeing him very weak voice going, but I did what I was supposed to do. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, this franchise is so nihilistic and cruel.
It's not a bad line read.
No, it's pretty good. And then we get the title card, which looks like a PS2 screensaver. Yep. Real bad.
By the way, before we move on, I just want to say the name of, speaking of awesome names, the guy who plays Seth is named Joris Jarsky.
Hell yeah.
That's a made-up name. That's a made-up name.
Which sounds like the first draft of a Stan Lee character name.
That sounds like you smashed the keyboard. You're like, yep, my name is ASDFJ exclamation mark. No disrespect to that guy, but that's a made-up name. Anyway.
Apologies to this man.
Your name's fake.
Well, he's dead now. He got cut in half. We saw it.
That's true.
After this cold opening, we get to see the end of the last movie with Jeff getting shot in the fucking throat.
Yeah.
And what's left of his dead wife's meat patty head.
Ugh.
Not to mention, you got dead John Kramer in the bed with his skull cut open and his neck sliced, and Amanda dead on the floor too. It is like a previously on. It is so fucking funny.
Previously on, except it doesn't illuminate anything.
Nope.
No.
If you just dropped into this franchise, you could be like, well, that's weird. That's a bunch of dead people. Okay.
I will say my first note about Scott Patterson as Agent Strom is telling a dead man, fuck you, is very funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny.
It's so cool.
It's such a power move.
He does that again at the end.
Yes.
When like the tape starts playing, he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
I like Scott Patterson. I'm going to be honest with you. I know
I
he
do
doesn't
too.
have much to do, but he's able to carry a scene even when it's just him in the scene by himself. He's pretty good.
For sure.
Well, considering every scene in this movie is him by himself. Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much. I think I said this on the first movies episode that we covered, and I'm sure I've said it before on different horror movies, but
Saw sucks.
well, it does suck. But I just want to see one person in one of these movies actually outsmart whoever it is putting them in the trap. Like, that's something we haven't really seen. I mean, Donnie Wahlberg, I guess.
The end of Saw 6.
Well,
Hoffman does exactly that.
That's true, but
Booyakasha.
he still gets like completely maimed.
You just got sawed.
I'm talking about the victims, though. I want to see one of them either like.
He technically is the victim in that
I
circumstance.
hear you.
I thought they were going to do that at one point in this movie because, like, jumping ahead a little bit, but that bomb trap, I'm like, literally all of these manholes are wide enough for everyone to hide, which I guess that was the point. point.
That's the point, but it's like they make a point to show you how deep these pipes are in this thing, and like it's so clearly like
love a deep pipe
that multiple people can fit in there. It is a point where like the audience is ahead of the movie, and it's very annoying.
Right.
But yeah, I just want to see one of these people like get out of these things like just unscathed or like escape. Because I think it would be funny to have like Amanda be like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. One of them got out. Oh fuck. Fucking 10 movies in, we haven't done that once. It's very annoying.
I forgot I gave them a button that breaks the trap.
Yeah, I forgot I put that secret button in there.
As I was watching it, when Strom was stuck in that head tank water trap, the water stopped right above his head, and I can't help but to think, I was like, man,
drink.
I bet you could drink that water. Like, that's not a lot
drink
of water.
That water. Drink that water.
Just like JT to be like, I bet I could drink and or eat my way out of this.
But imagine your head still stuck in that thing, and you're just kind of like, well, all right, now what?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I forgot that like the police do arrive there because of the ending of one of these other movies, like either 3 or 4. I can't remember. Because I'm like, well, how the fuck does he get out of that box then? And then, the police swoop in. But yeah, Hoffman's also an asshole because he leaves his tape for Strom.
Yeah.
He locks him in this room from the end of 3, and turns out there's a secret door.
There's always a secret door.
Always a secret door. And the tape says, hey, Strom, don't do your job as an actual police officer of the law and investigate this gruesome crime scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know this entire philosophy is horseshit, but this guy is a terrible horror icon.
Yes.
Like, he's like, hey, police officer, don't do your job. I'm mad that people don't do their job, so you don't do your job.
Right. Please be careless.
But it's like, Hoffman's mad that he, this guy got off on a technicality. So he's like, well, now you police officer trying to rescue these other people and get vindication for him. Don't do that.
Right.
I know you're in the exact same scenario I was in, but don't do what I did.
Right.
It's so fucking dumb.
It's ridiculous.
So yeah, Hoffman in a pig mask grabs Strom and knocks him out, and Strom awakens in the iconic glass box that starts to fill with water.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is a pretty big staple in this franchise, is this image.
It's pretty good. I can't stand the speed ramping and the constant like white flashes and the soundtrack just making like screeching noises. I'm like, what in this room is making metal against metal sounds?
I know.
Just the sound of rust.
We find out later in the movie that John chastised Hoffman for, much like Amanda, not actually letting his victims escape if they completed their trap.
Yeah.
And yet, how is he supposed to escape this box?
Right.
There is no tape. There is no game. It's just, you might as well just kill this guy.
Right.
What's the fucking point?
Yeah, no, there's no way out.
I don't understand.
So I thought this was another Hoffman trap where like he was just trying to murder him and make it look like a jigsaw trap.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it has to be.
I guess, but even still, to John's point later, that's lazy because there is no way to beat this thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, now is that before or after he met John?
This
is after. This is
okay. See,
I don't blame you for being confused by this fucking timeline.
This
but
is so long after.
Hey, I don't care.
This is present day. That's what I'll say. But yeah, so far John's 2 for 2 on making terrible decisions when it comes to his apprentices.
Right. So Strom gives himself an emergency tracheotomy, which is a pretty baller move.
I would have been dead. I would have just drowned. It's a better way to go.
Well, so let's go ahead and talk about this now. Every single time that there's a trap in this movie, I'm killing myself before the tape finishes playing.
Before the tape, I don't even have to hit play. I'm good. I get what I'm in. Nope, not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not playing your game. That's also something I would like to see in one of these movies too, where the person's like, hello, Nathan. You're like, nope. Yeah. Just stab yourself in the neck.
I choke myself with the tape recorder.
Bite my tongue off or something, yeah.
But it's so funny that Hoffman goes outside carrying this little girl that he quote unquote rescued. And then he tells another officer, he's like, yeah, nobody made it. Literally half a second later, we hear a paramedic off screen go, we got a live one here.
Wait, I got something for this. Where is it?
He's hunting the soundboard. Just give him a minute. Give him a minute.
Okay.
Oh my God.
There you go.
There we go.
Fantastic.
I gotta tell you though, I would have fucked this all up and would have stabbed myself in the throat in the wrong spot and just bled out or something.
Yeah.
Like, no way.
I have a brilliant plan. You just stab yourself in the temple.
But yeah, like if you didn't see part 3, you gotta have no clue who the fuck this little girl is.
Please go back
sorry,
and
Dustin,
this.
I'm sorry. Wait.
All right, here.
Wait, so Dustin's head is in the tank. Right?
Yeah.
It fills up with water. He pulls out a pen. He's like, in your head, he's like, oh, Fuck yeah. And then he just fucking stabs the side of his neck instead of the trach.
God.
So we come to realize that like Jigsaw is already making front page of magazines.
Well, this comes up in another movie that he was like Times Person of the Year because he was like this engineer,
right?
What?
Like this engineering god, this architectural god.
Wait, what movie is that in? I don't remember that shit.
It's literally like a shot of a magazine like for like half a second in one of these movies.
But what's so funny is that this cover story is about how he had a double life and it's split down the middle, but it's just a photo of his face and one side is like color graded a little darker.
Yep.
Like it's so fucking funny that they're just like, his double life. And it's just a photo of the guy.
This scene's great though, because it's his ex-wife in a waiting room.
Right.
And it's this old woman reading the magazine and she sees a picture of the ex-wife in the article and she looks up and she sees him and then she like nudges her husband. She's like, good Lord, this is her. This is the fucking broad.
Look at this broad.
So funny. It's like the only bit of comedy in any of these movies that's intentional.
When a serial killer leaves you a box that he says is of, quote, grave importance.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't open that box.
Yeah. I know attorney-client privilege exists, but the police would have swarmed this fucking office with 27 different search warrants. There's
Right.
no fucking way.
And if I'm this lawyer, I don't want to see this box open. I'm really, you turn that key when I get out of the room.
Yeah, you take this box, get out of my office, get off the parking premises, and fucking open that box somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then if you're one of these people that's like, oh, what's in the box? You'll have to wait till the next movie, you stupid fucker. Like, we don't give a shit.
Right.
It's so fucking lazy. It is literally like the Man in Black at the end of Halloween 5. We'll figure it out later. Don't worry about it.
So this isn't for me, but for anybody who doesn't want to watch the next movie, what's in the box?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Is it the puzzle box?
Oh, wait, hang on. I do remember. It's instructions.
I also read that it was a bunch of envelopes, right?
Yeah, one of them is an envelope for Hoffman, I think.
Oh, that's right.
And there's another that is for Carrie Elwes. But I don't think it comes into play in 6,
Jesus.
Hoffman's letter. And
then
then
the rest is in 7, yeah.
Carrie's comes into play in 7.
Okay.
I hate that I know these things.
I think it's so they could test Hoffman. That's what it is in the box.
He gave her this giant artillery box and there's 2 envelopes inside.
Pretty much, yeah.
2 manila envelopes in there, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, real fucking dumb.
Stupid.
So the police hold a memorial for all the dead cops that we've seen in these movies up to this point, and they give Hoffman a medal. I love that these movies take place in Nowheresville, whatever state.
Yes.
But the fact that they're the police department is literally just called Metropolitan Police Department is pretty funny.
This looks so cheap.
Just so fucking dumb.
Strom rolls up and just basically is like, hey, I fucking know you did this.
Yeah.
I can't talk anymore because of what I did, but I fucking know you did this.
He recovers from this tracheotomy very quickly.
Very quickly.
Oh, yeah, he's in screaming shape by the end of the movie.
Yeah. It's very funny, though, because like Hoffman gets this award for saving the little girl or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes back to his office. And I know we kind of find out later on it's a photo of his dead sister, but I thought what he was going to do was slide this picture of his wife off his desk and put up this bullshit award, and I was already laughing.
That's really fucking funny.
That would have been fucking great, honestly.
Someone leaves a note on his desk that says, I know who you are. And if you've seen the movie and you're confused, this is a different note that says, I know who you are.
Okay,
that we
that's
see
why I
later
was
on.
confused. Okay.
It's the same fucking note. It's so fucking stupid.
So weird. Because I was like, well, wait, that doesn't make any sense. He just got an award for catching Jigsaw.
Yeah.
And then he gets this note that leads him to meet Jigsaw.
No, it's a different note that says the exact same thing.
Beautiful.
In the exact same handwriting.
Yeah, it's not confusing at fucking all.
Yep. We won't find out who sent that until the next movie either. So fuck you if you wanted to know.
What the fuck is... That's not how movies work.
No.
It was a mix-up at the props department.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You know what it is? This is all in credit scenes stitched together, like post-credit scenes, like
Yes.
stitched together to make a movie.
Holy
my
shit,
God.
that is a perfect description of this movie.
Yes.
Here's what you were talking about, JT. Like, oh, remember that one time the puppet exploded? Yeah, it blew up in that one girl's face and killed her. And then
Nope, she didn't die.
they tell you in this one she's dead.
Yeah.
She's in the next movie.
That's so fucking... I don't remember that. That's so fucking dumb.
They tell you in this movie that she died off screen, and we see her hospital bed, which apparently they just let her bleed out, like lay on one side and like bleed out of her head.
It didn't bother cleaning it up either, yeah.
Faked her death, bro.
So the only reason why I know this is because after I watched the kill count on this, Saw 6 kill count started.
And you were like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, just roll through it.
Even James was like, yep, secret to everybody, audience and everybody, all the characters, she's still alive.
That's so fucking dumb.
Like, and they don't explain anything.
God. So before that, though, Hoffman does go to the police evidence locker and steals Strom's cell phone from the water box crime scene.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Strom goes to visit this woman who should be dead, as the movies are telling me, but she's already gone, and Hoffman stops by as well. They have this verbal tussle where Strom is suspicious of Hoffman and why he was able to escape from a saw trap, which is the end of the 4th movie, virtually unscathed. I do like the line where Strom goes, "How did you walk out of that building?" And Hoffman goes, "How did you?" And he goes, "On a gurney with a fucking hole in my throat."
That's good.
It's a good line. And then, yeah, I read that Scott Patterson mostly had to redub all his lines in ADR after this tracheotomy to sound a little more hoarse. And I got to tell you, I never noticed.
No, it's good ADR. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. ADR is very hard to do convincingly.
Right.
Which is something we don't say that often. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, good ADR is fucking rare.
Yeah.
You know, it's little facts like that, which what I enjoy listening to you guys talk about, even movies like this, because that's shit I would have never have known. Anyways.
Cool, JT.
We get introduced to Detective Bluetooth.
Detective Bluetooth?
We get introduced to Detective Bluetooth, who stops by, who takes Strom off the jigsaw case.
Erickson, yeah.
I don't know this guy's name. I just know he's always got a Bluetooth in his fucking ear.
That is the shittiest mustache I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's not great.
It's not good.
Like, at that point, just don't grow one. Like, it's barely there.
He looks like a shitty Walt Disney.
He kind of does look like a
you're
shitty
right.
Walt Disney. You're absolutely right.
Damn, that's pretty good.
And then, yeah, 22 minutes into this movie, we finally get the actual supposed meat of this thing, which is the game.
Sure.
And yeah, I told you guys off mic. I was like, I can't believe it took me until this movie to realize that, yeah, Jigsaw, Hoffman, all of them are capital G gamers, like we talked about in Stay Alive.
That's right. Yeah.
So there's these 5 people that wake up in this room with collars around their neck. Well, we got Julie Benz in a bad wig.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Tweaker Guy. We've got Meagan Good. We've got Blonde Lady. And we've got Bald Brit.
Those are all official character names, by the way.
Yes. By the way, I have to throw out Tweaker Guy is played by Greg Brick, who played Joseph Seed in Far Cry 5.
Oh,
He's like
wow.
the main villain.
Well, how about that?
Actually great in that game.
Okay.
Yes, terrifying.
All right.
They got some hitters for this movie.
Real quick, where do I know Julie Benz from?
Dexter.
So she was in Dexter. She was his love interest for the first 4 seasons. She's been in
Rita?
Yes.
Yeah, Rita. Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
And Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh God. Okay.
She's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at Dexter. Anyways, go ahead.
You're on notice, Dexter. JT's coming for you.
They each have to reach a key across the room that unlocks their collar, otherwise they'll be beheaded. But as one moves forward, the rest pull back. We'll actually come back to this scene in just a second because we get a little bit more interstitials of Hoffman with this diorama, the shoebox diorama. It's so fucking fun. I'd never get over the dioramas.
Did anyone else think for a split fucking second the bald dude in glasses was Stanley Tucci?
Oh, he's got such a tooch look to him.
He's got a little toochness.
He's got a little bit of the tooch.
He does a little bit. I thought the Tweaker Guy was Will Forte for just a second.
Damn.
He's got a little bit of a Will Forte look to him too, yeah.
Especially when he like clotheslined himself and he's like, just get me the fuck out of this thing.
Yep.
He's apparently doing the kind of heroin that makes you rot.
Yeah.
Because the makeup on this guy's hand is fucking crazy.
I don't know what's going on there.
Well, I mean, look around in the city they're in. They're not getting good drugs.
No, or needles.
Yeah.
Like, let's just call what it is. This movie, I mean, with all these abandoned warehouses, these movies take place in Detroit. Let's be real about it. Let's talk about it, you know?
Or Gotham.
Oh, my God. Jigsaw v. Batman v. Cooper Trap.
Oh.
Let's fucking go.
So I was wondering, this journalist guy, not Stanley Tucci.
Yeah.
Carlo Rota.
Yeah, I was thinking, it's like, where do I know him from? And all I know is him as the mob boss from Boondock Saints.
Oh
Yep,
my
he's in the
gosh,
Boondock
you're
Saints.
right. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And he was also, funny enough, he was in a movie in 1999 called, wait for it, Jigsaw.
Oh, my God.
So fucking funny.
Son of a bitch. This goes all the way to the top.
So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the blades on the back of this trap where they have to get decapitated, they're shaped like a V. Do you guys get it? There's 5 of them. There's V's.
For Vendetta.
For Vendetta. V for Vendetta. Absolutely. So this scene actually starts out fairly intelligently, where they all deduce that somehow they're in a Saw movie, even though Jigsaw's dead already.
Yeah.
And they wait to start the trap by discussing what they need to do in order to start the timer. They're like, okay, if we do this, this will start the timer. Let's not do that. And it is so obvious just from the look of this trap that they are supposed to work together to free themselves.
Yes.
Okay, that and the instructions that they were given.
Yes.
Like, it was immediate to me when I listened to it. I was like, okay, like, y'all can figure this out.
Like, Jigsaw might as well have said, like, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes. But even still, like, you see this thing and you're like, okay, in my mind, if I'm close enough to reach one of the keys, I could probably reach across and grab one of the other keys.
Right.
Or we could take turns. It's just infuriating that this tweaker dude loses his shit and starts this trap anyway.
Or we can let Blonde Lady get scalped while her scream loops 8 times.
God. Maybe the worst CG decapitation?
Yeah.
Oh no, Jigsaw would be defeated so easily if they just, if he ever kidnapped someone with common sense.
Yeah.
He's done.
I feel like we're at like the discussion meeting for this movie, and then Nathan says his, and they're like, yeah, let's go with that one.
Yeah.
Let her get scalped.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Let her get scalped.
Threw on your Camelot voice there, didn't you, bud?
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I gotta say, the second I would get myself free from this collar, I would have beat this tweaker dude to death before the game was even over for starting this shit up.
Right.
Like, tweaker dude gets pretty much most people in this movie killed, and it's infuriating that like no one bothers other than the journalist dude to actually put him in his place.
Yeah.
But even still, like, if I get out, I would just break all the other things and give everyone their keys.
Right.
Like, it's so... That's what Jigsaw wants you to do, I guess. But
well, and Julie Benz gets that at least partially because she starts just pocketing everyone's keys, which I think is a really nice touch.
But it's also one of the funniest lines of the movie because the tweaker dude's like, what are you doing? She goes, being smart.
Being smart.
Well, but it's not smart because those keys never come into play again.
They do when they realize that any of them would have worked. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all they were. I thought they were going to unlock anything else, but nope, not at all.
It's also dumb because that's the last smart idea you have.
Yep.
Is to take everybody else's keys.
Yep. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Strong does some digging and finds out that Seth, the guy from the Pendulum Trap at the beginning of the movie, was Hoffman's sister, which I feel like should have raised at least one set of eyebrows in this police department.
Yeah.
But turns out it didn't.
Nobody thinks it's weird that Seth was killed. And it's also weird the way that they arranged how the timeline plays out. It's just so strange.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no one is suspicious of the brother of the murdered girl. Like, it's so wild.
And then what begins one of many times that happens in this movie, Strong goes to visit this Pendulum Trap crime scene.
Yeah.
And he has a flashback that is just for the audience because there's no way Strong would have any of this information.
Right.
We do get to reveal that it was Hoffman that set up this trap and he made it look like a jigsaw trap. He also takes the little jigsaw shaped piece of flesh out of Seth's corpse, which is what Jigsaw does in his movies. And I kind of wish, I think it's a missed opportunity that so far they haven't done this, but maybe at the end of this franchise, when it ever runs dry, is
they put the puzzle together.
We find out that all these little pieces form to make some kind of funny ass puzzle. I don't know what it would be, but wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, it forms Billy's face.
It just says, fuck you, we got your money, and it's from Lionsgate.
Fuck you.
I know we'll get there, but I love that John talks shit about his pendulum blade.
Oh, yeah.
It is so good.
It is a funny moment, but also he's like, well, you need a good tempered steel blade for the long haul. And I'm like, what long haul? You have to kill one guy. You don't need a long haul.
What if he wants to reuse the trap,
Yeah. So Blonde Lady gets decapitated. They go into the next room. And what is so funny is that we find out that as the doors close from the previous room, that a bunch of nail bobs go off.
Right.
It's so fucking funny. So Julie Benz, we find out that she is a real estate development company vice president or something like that.
Sure.
The dead woman that got decapitated in the last...
was a firefighter.
She worked for the fire department.
Yeah.
Meagan Good's dad owned a football team from this city that wants to build a new stadium.
Sure.
The tweaker dude is a trust fund baby that's also a junkie. I think we kind of get, a brief mention of that.
Yeah.
And the bald British dude is a journalist for a gossip magazine.
The journalist, Charles, is like rattling off what he knows about everybody and then being like, don't ask me any follow-up questions. Like, he's being crazy suspicious.
Well, he's like, it's a game. I gotta, the less you know about me, the better. I'm like,
sheesh.
The tape literally said work together.
Work together. And I gotta say, like, I mean, I'm spoiling it right now, but it comes to pass that all of these people were connected to a fire that killed 8 squatters. because they were trying to take the land for this new development deal. And the only connection that Charles has is that he was
writing about it.
But then there's an offhanded line where Julie Benz is like, yes, the journalist who covered up the story. And I was like, he was
reporting about it.
Yeah. like the tweaker says he's been interviewing me for a piece he's writing about the fire.
Well, here's what does not make sense about this thing. So
there's only one thing.
No, I got a couple. Number one, how would a firefighter cover up a fire? I don't understand how the blonde woman is connected to any of this.
She was like, I think they said she was like an inspector or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Who cares?
Fucking sure.
Yeah, or if she was one to receive the call, maybe she was late on purpose.
Okay.
There could have been a couple things.
We come to find out the tweaker dude set this building on fire because some drug dealer offered him heroin if he did it.
Yeah.
I don't understand how Meagan Good is involved in this. And also, the biggest question in my mind, how is the drug dealer not a part of this game? Right. How does he get off scot-free from all of this shit?
It's all so tenuous. Yeah.
And then the fact that none of this is connected in any way to Hoffman, to Strump. None of them were assigned this case. Nothing is related to this at all.
Yeah.
The next room they go in has these 4 sewage pipes that clearly 4 people could fit into.
Mm-hmm.
They say there's only 3 keys, and the bald Brit decides, he's just going to start beating up this tweaker dude because he doesn't deserve to live, so he can have a key.
Right.
Meagan Good at the last second bops this dude in the back of the head, knocking him out. Everyone but the bald Brit dude gets into one of these pipes, and dude, he blows up into chunks.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's a good kill.
It's pretty good.
So the nail bomb being in every room, it's kind of boring to me. I mean, I guess like nail bombs are terrifying, yes. But
JT wasn't impressed by the nail bombs. Here we go.
I'm just saying, if I was watching this, how creative can we get with the kills in this Saw movie?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, just nail bombs over and over.
Well, the nail bombs, I guess, are supposed to be like a safety measure. Like if anyone gets left behind in here, they will die. And then like this is the only time that the nail bombs actually kill somebody. I mean, all things considered, if you're gonna die in a Saw movie, a nail bomb's probably not a terrible way, considering it's got to be pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's got to be quick.
No, there's just enough time for him to go, wait.
I mean, it depends where it hits you.
Well, the fact that we see this dude, like his torso is in pieces, like he's got to be dead pretty quickly.
Okay, yeah, fair point.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you take a nail bomb to the legs?
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
No,
thank you.
But also, the score in this scene fucking sucks because it's chuggy new metal. It was so fucking funny.
So bad.
The score in all of this sucks.
True, but this part stuck out because it was like dun, 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 dun.
We can't all be Jet Li's The One. All right.
You're right. You're absolutely right. We can't. That's why we have The One. We have The One movie.
It sounds like every band all 3 of you were in. Calm down.
What's wild is it's Charlie Clouser, who used to work with 9 Inch Nails.
Who did a pretty decent score for the first movie.
I think the key word there is used to.
Yeah.
The 9 Inch Nails, please.
The 9 Inch Nails.
Should we all start a band if that's what we're going to sound like?
The 10 Inch Nails. Got it.
There you go.
We'll fucking prices right their asses.
Guys, the nail bombs was right there.
Oh.
9 Inch Nail Bombs.
9/11 nail bomb.
God damn it. We get another flashback that yet again Straub could not know about, where Hoffman previously got a different letter on his desk that says, I know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to go, I'm assuming, home to his apartment.
Wait, what year did this movie come out?
2008.
No, fuck that. Send a text.
There you go.
Stop with all the letters.
Yeah.
Email. Fuck.
Send a Facebook evite.
This is a flashback. I don't know to what time, but whatever.
Right.
But he gets on this elevator. John's there. He knocks him out. And before he gets on the elevator, though, we almost get a movie because Hoffman hears what sounds like a domestic dispute happening. So he draws his gun.
Yeah.
He opens this door, and this woman's dog just lurches out at him. And I'm pretty sure she tells Hoffman, don't provoke him.
Yes.
As this dog is barking in this dude's face. And then she goes, come on, Pee-wee.
I thought we were going to get our 3rd dog attack of the season.
I thought he was going to shoot this woman in the face for a second.
Jeez.
I'm going to be honest with you. But yeah, he gets on this elevator. John knocks him out, and then he wakes up in this room with a shotgun basically pointed at his face.
Yeah.
You forgot the Doyle family walking out of the elevator.
You're right. Well,
because that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
O'Doyle rules.
But yeah, John has him hooked up to this trap, and he's basically like, I know who you are.
Yeah.
I know you set up this pendulum trap to make it look like me. And he says that there's basically mutually assured destruction if he turns him in, because he'll get caught for the pendulum trap thing. He says, I'm the Jigsaw killer, which I'm pretty sure is obvious.
But he also says that he doesn't kill people. And I call bullshit.
The biggest crock of shit in this fucking franchise. This franchise loves to spew this horse shit. If you put someone in chains and leave them in a dark room to die a la Adam in the first movie, guess what? You're a murderer.
And he tells us if someone survives my method, they are instantly rehabilitated. And I'm like, what about the what about the drug addicts you put in a needle trap?
Yeah. So he's a kidnapper.
Yeah.
Just not a killer, I guess.
Yeah.
In his eyes.
Oh, fuck all of the way off.
Uh-huh.
But here's the thing. What in the ever-loving fuck is he talking about? Because at this point in the timeline, Amanda is the only one who has survived one of his traps.
Right.
That's it. And I would not call her rehabilitated. I would call her mentally insane.
No, she's fine. She's fine.
It's so fucking dumb.
Everyone that survives ends up fucking working for him.
God.
This is some cult shit.
She didn't learn either because she ends up putting a bullet in Jeff's neck and getting herself killed. So,
right.
Or no, I guess she shoots somebody. I can't remember.
Well, overall, let's just call it mixed reviews then.
But then, yeah, this line reading where Hoffman accuses him of killing, and he goes, "Killing is distasteful to me."
To me.
To me. It's so fucking funny. And then, yeah, Hoffman basically agrees to work with him, but
he also says, killing is distasteful. There is a better, more efficient way. And I was like, this is more efficient?
Yeah.
Like planning these labyrinthine conspiracies?
How is this more efficient?
It's called therapy, which is more efficient, I gotta tell you.
Right.
Men would rather become a Jigsaw apprentice than go to therapy.
Absolutely.
But we also find out that the shotgun that because John pulls the trigger on Hoffman.
Yeah.
And then later he takes the shotgun off of him. He opens it up because it's a double-barreled shotgun. Finds out there is a shell in there that 100% would have blown this dude's fucking head off.
Yes. Yes, 100% that would have, yeah.
There is no excuse for why this didn't work.
That's also something James mentioned in the kill count. He's like, after gun enthusiasts commented in the video that would have 100% gone off and killed him.
Yeah, that's not how double barrels work. It doesn't choose which one goes first.
No. It's not Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so dumb.
Hold.
So Hoffman starts dropping hints to Detective Bluetooth that Strom is potentially an acolyte to Jigsaw.
Yeah, he goes, hey, so Strom was saying there's like an accomplice? I don't know. It sounds crazy to me, but maybe we should talk about it later.
Yeah. And Bluetooth notices that all the documents about past Jigsaw victims are missing from the evidence locker because Strom has them because he's looking into Hoffman.
Right.
So he's kind of playing right into this whole fucking thing. I don't know. It's so lazy. Like, this is like bare bones how you would write any detective thing.
Yes.
It does nothing interesting with it. But yeah, we finally cut back to the main game, and yeah, this bald Brit dude is blown to fucking pieces. And we kind of just walk into the next room.
Yeah.
And we cut back again to Strom revisiting the razor wire trap from the first movie.
What a weird way to pad the time by just being like, oh, and Hackl, you already saw this guy was there too.
That's what I'm talking about. This movie is just, remember the first movie? Remember the second movie?
Yeah, well, it didn't go the way you thought it went.
Yep.
Remember better movies?
Mm-hmm.
My only thing I can think what they were thinking, sorry, that was confusing.
My only thing I was thinking that they were thinking. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So this guy was the very first kill that we saw in the first movie, or at least the aftermath of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess this was their way of saying like he was here the whole time, or Hoffman was helping the whole time.
But we also just saw the scene.
Yeah.
I know. Like,
I don't need a whole sequence of this guy getting out of his car, looking around, getting grabbed by the little piggies.
But we also just saw the scene where Hoffman got essentially blackmailed into helping. We know.
Right.
But I tell you, what is funny is this guy is able to manhandle both of these two fuckers, and it is so fucking funny.
Oh, yeah. Just whooping ass.
Do the masks squeal? Because every time someone shows up in one of these costumes, you hear like, it's so weird.
I don't know.
I mean, they're committing to the bit, and I respect that.
That's fair.
Like, Nathan, if you put on a pig mask, you're just going to be silent.
If
It's like when you have a lightsaber prop, you go, whoom, boom, boom. If you're in a pig mask, you're going to squeal.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that later.
But yeah, this is just a flashback to show you this first guy from the first movie.
What noise do you want? You want him to bark? Like, what noise do you want him to make?
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. This was a stupid question. You're right. That question was the Tobin Bell beards of questions.
Tobin.
Missed opportunity for not to have done that earlier. I can't believe it took us this long to come up with that.
Shit.
Wow.
I did it, but no one heard it.
Oh, okay.
I knew it would come back up, but also I kind of want the pig mask to do the lightsaber noise now.
All right. Best of both worlds.
So we get the scene where Paul, the guy in the razor wire trap for the first movie, is about to kill himself by slitting his wrist.
Sure.
So a guy that wants to die, they're like, no, we're gonna put you in this much more elaborate system of killing yourself.
So fucking stupid.
And bald-headed ass Jigsaw comes down these steps, and it's so fucking funny seeing him in this fucking bald cap. God damn it, it's funny. But yeah, it's just showing that him and Hoffman set up this trap, and there's a peephole in this room, and God, it's so fucking funny. Hoffman's like, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. And John's like, no. Tonight you will see the difference between killing and rehabilitation. And I'm like, no, he's just gonna watch some naked overweight guy bleed out in a basement. Like, what are you talking about?
And do you really think that he's gonna stop suicide after this? Like,
No.
let's say he makes it out. He makes it out of this saw trap.
And now he's disfigured.
Yeah.
He's disfigured, and the cops show up, and he's naked, covered in razor wire scratches all over his fucking body. Like, no, I killed myself right there.
Exactly.
Suicide by cop. Like, I'm done. I'm done for it. Take me out.
I agreed.
I hate to tell you this, but there were a couple of shots in this sequence where Jigsaw looks like Jonathan Banks to me.
Are we starting it up? Is that what we're doing?
No, I'm not. I was just on my couch doing it.
Hello, Hoffman.
Guys, I'm sorry to tell y'all this, but we've been able to talk for over an hour on this movie.
You're right. We got to keep going.
You're gonna play a game with me, Hoffman.
I hate it.
It's gonna be a 2-hour episode.
Oh my God. We have lives.
Walter, put him in the trap.
Killing is distasteful to me.
You gotta use tempered still.
All right, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Even more flashbacks where we see.
No, let's stay on this for 5 to 7 more minutes.
We can. Hey, we straight up can. We can.
I have 4 notes left. Like, this movie was nothing to me. I don't give a shit.
I didn't write down a single fucking thing.
We get even more flashbacks where Hoffman helped out with the nerve gas house from Saw 2.
And if you haven't rewatched these in a while or seen the previous couple of movies, then this scene of Hoffman just dragging people into a room, John setting up a gun, talking about Amanda, you're just sitting there like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
It's like JT watching the Philip Jeffries scene in Twin Peaks. God.
But also, who do you think is more supernaturally omniscient? Is it Jigsaw or is it Heath Ledger's Joker? Because they both seem to know exactly how everything is going to play out to an almost impossibly perfect percentage.
He has one line where he's like, you have to know how to anticipate human nature. And I was like, every person's different, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not in this world. It's all stereotypes, baby.
It sure is.
You're going to fill a tub with diarrhea and attach electrical cables to it.
You doing Stallone? What the fuck?
It slipped into Stallone a little bit.
It did a little bit.
Is we some kind of Expendables?
And Jigsaw Balboa over here.
So Tweaker Dude says he did something that got people killed, and that's probably why he's here. And then we'll get revealed.
He says, I'm here because I killed a bunch of people. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
No big deal.
They closed this door once again without discussing any plan about what to do about this next trap. It's so infuriating.
They really play fast and loose with these fucking doors.
Mm-hmm. They sure do. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm pretty sure this bathtub trap would have killed all 5 people.
Yes.
Even if things went perfectly according to plan. Because we find out later that all 5, if they just held hands, Julie Bench is like, oh, we just would have got a little shock. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think that's how that would work.
From car batteries?
Yeah, I think you guys would all just create a closed circuit and you all would just electrocute yourselves to death.
Mm-hmm.
They would all have to touch the tub at the exact same fucking time.
And then hope that you can pull yourself away.
Yeah. Hope that it doesn't kill you. But to get the least amount of shock possible, they would all have to go at the same time.
Yeah.
If one person fucks up, they're all dead.
Yep.
I bet the electro tub would have felt good for like a second.
For like half a second, it would have felt great.
Yeah.
Fucking knew Nathan was going to be the one that said that.
I'll try it.
So Meagan Good tries to kill Tweaker Dude to connect the currents through his body in this bathtub, but Julie Benz just...
He has a name, I'm sure of it.
I don't care. I don't care. So Julie Benz stabs Meagan Good in the neck and uses her body instead. And she goes, I didn't trust her. I'm like, it's not a good look to have the two white characters go, I don't trust this black woman here.
Right.
And then stab her in the fucking
throat.
neck.
Yeah. She also, when Meagan Good tells Tweaker Guy to get in the tub, he goes, I'm more of a shower guy. And I was like, we're quipping? We're fucking quipping right now?
That's a good line.
Yeah.
It's a good line, not appropriate for the moment, but
No.
I get you. I get you.
I think he's disassociate.
But also, because like they decide to connect her body to these things and her eyes are open, I was like, what if she just like Frankenstein and came back? She was like,
She's just super strong.
God, better movie. Better movie. Yeah, Jigsaw didn't foresee that shit happening, did he? Anyway, we cut back to Jill, the ex-wife of Jigsaw, who meets Detective Bluetooth and says, I think I'm being followed by Strom.
I didn't notice till you said it, but he has it in the entire movie.
Every
That's fucking
scene!
crazy.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure he uses a regular phone later on with the Bluetooth still in his ear.
He does.
Yeah, he answers the call with the phone and then talks on the Bluetooth.
He's like Ghostbusters. He answers the call.
He does. I'm about to make that joke too.
That is 100% not me defending that. I'm saying it's atrocious.
Do you think it was like a choice, like with Donald Pleasance in Halloween? Like, I'm going to wear a little hat. He's like, I'm going to wear a Bluetooth in every scene.
I'm gonna wear Bluetooth. This one ear is cold. Hoffman frames Strom by holding up a phone that says Peter Strom on it, calls Erickson. Erickson receives a call that says Peter Strom is calling. So then Erickson calls that phone back. And when Hoffman answers, the caller ID says Peter Strom.
Yep.
And I'm like, does anyone know what the fuck a phone does? How do we, what the fuck is happening right now?
It is so fucking funny. It is so funny.
It's so lazy.
It is, but then that's when, Bluetooth is like, let's put a locator out and find out where Strom is.
Sure.
And then meanwhile, Strom is also having yet again another flashback that he could not know any of this information about. He sees that Hoffman was there during the events of Saw 3, and this is where before John Kramer gets his fucking neck cut open at the end of that movie,
right?
He's telling Hoffman to set up the game for this movie.
Right.
So they're all connected. Don't worry. We were very smart and we thought about all of this.
Sure.
You can't judge us on it. You can't call us out. We know what we're doing.
Bullshit.
We also get to see Donnie Wahlberg get his fucking head crushed in again with giant ice cubes from the last movie.
Hell yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
I would submit as maybe the goofiest death of the entire franchise.
It's real funny.
It's so fucking funny. And then, we cut back to the trap for the last part of this movie where it's just Julie Benz and Tweaker Dude. They come into this room and there's this box with 5 glory holes on it. And it's this table saw. It's this table saw where each person has to put a limb in it to fill it up with blood to open the last door.
Well, and they say when the beaker fills up, the door opens. And he says, fills up with what? And I'm like, what do you think, asshole?
Cum. It's a cum trap.
Oh, classic cum trap.
Here's the thing. I think he even says maybe we should pee in it or something like that. But
Cooper cum trap.
what I would do, that's his canonical middle name. What I would do is I would just go grab Meagan Good's body from the last room and just start shoving arms into the fucking trap or something.
But they're
like
already
that.
locked in and the bomb has gone off, I think.
Because their dumbasses closed the door.
They
I'm
are
like, what are
very
you
dumb.
doing? God damn it. And then it turns out, those keys Julie Benz saved serve no actual purpose other than to prove that they were supposed to work together all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Even still, if all 5 people were alive and they got to this end, you'd start to give a pint of blood, which is a lot.
A lot.
It's not a little.
I feel like you almost are guaranteed to either bleed out or pass out, and then you don't get out of this room.
Right. Before you're done.
Yeah. It's so fucking stupid, this trap. It's so fucking dumb.
Especially because the bandsaw here gives you the old Rory Kinnear from Men. It like splits your hand in half.
So fucking gross.
Ugh.
And then, he's just, why don't we just use the bath water from the previous room to fill it up? And she's like, oh, well, yeah, you got to hold down this mechanism in order for the blood to actually go through. And I'm like, yeah, just use Meagan Good's body. Just start shoving limbs in there. I don't know.
Why not?
But yeah, goddamn, it's so fucking, this one's gross. I don't like watching, because there's
I don't
close up of these arms and hands going through this fucking thing. Yeah, I don't know how anyone is supposed to survive this one. It's real dumb. And then, yeah, because of the tweaker dude, not only his behavior throughout this whole thing, but also admitting he killed 8 people, I'm just choking this dude out and shoving him in there too. Like, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Which is funny because, like, I think Jigsaw knows these people are going to do this shit, or Hoffman knows people are going to do this shit. They're going to turn on one another, whatever.
Right.
Because human nature, man.
Right. But this thing of like, they'll be instantly rehabilitated. I'm like, if this went the way I think you thought it was going to do, the journalist dude would just show up at the end and be like, well, I killed Julie Benz. I killed Tweaker dude. I'm instantly rehabilitated, right?
Yeah. I'm a better guy now that I've murdered a bunch of people.
So fucking dumb. And then I saw someone point this out online, and I thought this was very funny to once again talk about how this whole thing about the house fire that killed 8 people, how this doesn't make any fucking sense. Mm-hmm. So the whole point of this game, quote unquote, is, oh, you all should learn to work together, right? That's the whole point. Uh-huh. They kind of all did work together by covering up this fucking house fire.
They did.
Which I feel like is completely antithetical to what they're trying to accomplish. Like,
that's a good fucking point.
This moral compass is misaligned.
That's so dumb.
So fucking funny. So yeah, they put bandages on their arms to try and tourniquet. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to work when you voluntarily put your arm into a table saw.
Right.
While this is happening, Strom goes to visit the house from Saw 2, while Detective Bluetooth goes to try and find him.
Right.
And we kind of get this sort of Silence of the Lamb moment where you think Bluetooth is going to show up to the house where Strom is.
Right.
But he actually ends up showing up here to the game with the Tweaker dude and Julie Benz to, I guess, save them according to the Saw wiki and Saw 3D.
I guess.
And then, yeah, this is where we get to the end of the movie. So Strom stumbles into this room where there's this glass coffin sitting upright and a tape player inside it.
Yeah.
He plays the tape, and it's Hoffman saying basically, get in the box and live. And if not, you'll die here. That's essentially what he says.
And it is so funny that he stops the tape right before it would have explained how to survive the trap.
Yep. Because he says, I got to ask you, do you trust me? No.
No
one trusts anybody in this world. No one. Anyway, Hoffman shows up as well. Strom overpowers him, and he shoves Hoffman into the glass box instead. Right?
Yeah.
And everyone in the movie who has seen a Saw movie is like, well, that's the wrong thing to do at this point. And anyone who hasn't seen a Saw movie is like, oh, he got him. What's this? There's still 10 minutes of the movie left? What's going on here?
Right.
And 30 seconds of the tape left?
For real. So Detective Bluetooth finds all this evidence that implicates Strom as being the one who set up the trap for this game. So Strom's legacy is going to be fucking ruined, basically, even though his body's never going to be found, as they say. And this is where, again, if you've seen a Saw movie, the Charlie Clouser theme song for Saw starts up and you're like, okay, lay out what the twist is.
Yeah.
This one doesn't really have a twist other than, oh, if you would have gotten the box, you would have lived.
Yeah.
All these other ones have been very intricate in their twist and the reveal and everything. Like,
yeah.
Even 4 to an extent.
Just kind of stops.
Yeah, just kind of And yeah, the box lowers into the ground with this mechanism as Hoffman's got this cunty little smile on.
Yeah.
The walls around Strom start to close. And I got to tell you guys, as someone who saw this movie in theaters, it was maybe the first one I got to actually see in theaters because I would have been 17 at the time. Mm-hmm. And so I went and saw it. This one's rough. This one is one, to this day, I've seen this movie a couple of times. I cannot watch it.
First compound fracture when his elbow like pops out. Like, yeah, it's rough. It's a good effect too.
I have never actually seen the full extent of this death scene. Because as soon as it starts, I'm like, nope.
But you made us watch this movie. Cool.
Well, this is the one. This is the death that I said. I think I would probably go into cardiac arrest before the walls even close.
Absolutely. Like,
I am claustrophobic, but not overtly. Like, I can be in, like, my office is fairly small, but I could be in a room and not freak out. As soon as walls start closing in, or much like when we talked about Buried, Mally, like that movie is tough to get through.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm claustrophobic. Fuck this scene.
Yeah.
It's the worst death.
And Scott Patterson is acting his ass off.
Yes, he is
too.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I remember the first time I saw this movie thinking, I was very upset because I'm like, oh, okay, this means that no one in this franchise is safe.
Right.
That they're never going to reward a character that, you know, is genuinely good meaning and smart or anything like that. It's so nihilistic. It's so, I know it's the 5th movie and I should have known that by now, but I was a dumb teenager.
Oh, poor bud.
But like, even like isn't 7 sort of like the big twist in that one is like it's still all of Jigsaw's apprentices are winning.
Yeah,
like,
it's Cary Elwes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's him being like, I joined the cult after the first movie, which is the dumbest fucking thing.
Crazy.
And Hoffman gets his comeuppance in that one because he gets left in the fucking bathroom to die.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, I just thought it's crazy that there will never be any sort of redemption or good prevailing over evil in any of these movies, truly.
Yeah.
Saw 10 kind of does. Kind of. And I get it. It's a horror franchise. I should not expect that. But because this whole franchise is cruel and nihilistic, I was hoping there would be at least one character that would triumph. And you kind of think that's where this is going because, like, Strom takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, grabs the fucking ceiling. You think he's going to find a way to escape.
Right.
And it never happens.
He just doesn't. Yeah.
He just wails in pain and horror as he is crushed to death. And it just cuts to black as blood splashes over this fucking glass coffin. It's tough. I cannot watch it. It is so fucking nihilistic and cruel and gross and well.
No, it's intense.
And I gotta, I'll give it up to them. The ending is impactful. I will give them that.
Yeah, I mean,
but they did not earn this ending.
No, that's my thing. Is it we just kind of watch a bunch of stuff happen and then it stops.
Yeah,
but it is. I mean, it's a big surprise for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm not attached to
the
story or these characters at all.
No.
Understandable.
I'm not attached to them, but I'm just like, okay, Strom seems like the good cop.
He does.
He seems like the one that is, I'm going to, and then the fact that they pin it all on him too. I was like, God damn, this franchise.
Right. Oh, that's awful.
This franchise sucks.
I know.
I'm sorry, it fucking sucks. Any notes, fellas, before we get over to the wrap up stuff here? And JT, I see you trying to get me to watch this thing by backing it up and moving it. I'm not watching this fucking thing.
I haven't touched it. I swear to God, I haven't touched it. It just goes on for this long.
I thought I saw your mouse move, and I was like, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it.
But I will say, if this is Dustin's least favorite, like, cannot do. Does anybody have a Saw trap from any of the other movies? Because mine is the rack.
The rack is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
The rack is number 2.
Forgot about that one.
But also in that same movie, there's the rotten pig slushy thing where the guy can like drown in it.
That one's gross, but the rack is, and again, it's a black man it's happening to.
Right.
And a white man put him in that. I remember I took a date to see that movie and she was like, well, as long as I don't have to hear like
what?
That was the thing. She was like, I'm good with horror. I'm good with slashers and all that. She goes, I just don't do bone breaking stuff. I'm like, I haven't seen the movie, but we'll see. And then we get to that and she's like losing her fucking mind.
Bold.
Well, yeah. The rack's number 2 for me. Do you guys have a, is that number 1 for you guys too? Or
the razor wire and the needle trap are like both tough.
The needle one's tough, but I'm not someone who's afraid of needles, really. So
I am.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I also, the only other note I had was in the flashback where we see Hoffman running into the crime scene and cradling his sister's body. There's still camera flashes and people taking photos of the crime. Like they're still taking pictures while he's like sobbing and holding her. It's so insane.
It's extreme, man.
Yeah.
The moment I saw him holding her hand, I was like, man, this is an active crime scene. And you're just tampering with the evidence.
There goes those fingerprints.
Right.
It's almost like the people that write these movies have never watched a police procedural or anything like that.
What?
I'm just backing this up for our next segment here.
No, the blow up doll is in another movie.
Oh, yeah. Right.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Don't you fucking... I will lose my mind.
All right, let's get to Prop Cop. So if you're new to the show, Prop Cop is where we each are going to select one prop from the movie Saw 5 that we would like to own in real life. And a prop can be anything physical, anything tangible.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and go first. I kind of like John's straight razor that he uses to set Hoffman free. I like a straight razor. I shave with straight razors. I could always use more. Why not?
Hell yeah.
Nathan, what prop do you want?
I want the magazine with the weird photo of Jigsaw on the front that's just sort of a slight gradient.
JT, what do you want?
I want the proto Billy back here with like the...
Oh, good catch. Didn't even see that.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's got a full head of hair there. This is before he loses it, before the male powder baldness kind of comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It comes for us all.
There's a better shot of it later, but I don't know where it's at.
That is so funny. I've never noticed that before.
This trap is brought to you by hymns.
I'm trying to find the other angle because you can really see the hair on it.
Well, while you do that, Mally, what prop do you want?
I'm trying to remember what I did when we did Saw 1. I feel like I took a pig mask on that one.
I think
probably.
you did. I could look it up, actually. I have it I have it all written down. Hold on.
Why?
I keep logs of everything we've done on the show.
That's fucking weird.
For this exact reason.
We need to read through those and just see what kind of shit we've collected.
Uh-huh.
We didn't do Prop Cop at the time.
Oh, okay. Well, then fuck. Run me a pig mask then.
Okay.
JT found a better angle of it, and it has the same haircut as Johnny Depp and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I think you did mention that you wanted a pig mask in that movie, but we weren't officially doing Prop Cop until I think Looper. I think was the first time.
Oh, well, just let me get it then. Let's go.
All right, let's see this puppet. Look at him in the mirror.
Yeah, they do a close up in just a sec.
He has like Pam Grier's hair from like Coffee. Like,
there it is.
Look at that.
He has the same hair as Hoffman.
He sure does. Look at that. Hold on. I gotta screenshot this so we can post it. Hold on. That's great. There we go.
A couple of cuties.
That's so funny. All right. Well, there's a couple of parts in this movie. Let's get over to bit part.
I give the old man a week. Really insensitive, Bob.
I give Jigsaw a week.
So that's perfect because the bit part in this movie that I would want to play is the paramedic who yells, "We got a live one here."
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right. I want to be the woman that when she gets off the elevator and Hoffman tries to get onto the elevator as they're getting off, she goes, "Do you mind?"
Yeah, it's good.
What asshole tries to get on the elevator as a bunch of people are trying to get off? What a dick.
You'd be surprised.
Mally, who do you want to be?
Oh, I want to be Billy the Puppet, but specifically the one that explodes in the flashback.
All right. Okay. JT?
I want to be the last Doyle brother that gets up and just shaking his head.
All right.
Because it's so fucking funny.
All right. Well, man, I don't know about you guys, but I truly need it. I need a silver lining to Saw 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one.
Look at that guy. He had his choice. He's like, this is going to be my moment on screen. I'm going to make the best of it.
Yeah.
What is a silver lining to the events of Saw 5? Anybody want to go first?
Pee-wee the dog got to go for a nice walk.
Hell yes, he did. Hell yeah. JT?
So I was trying to think about this, and
oh, good.
As far as the game goes, bad people died.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, except Julie Benz and Tweaker, dude, who are also bad people. But I got you. Some bad people died.
Well, bad things happen to bad people.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Mally, what's yours?
Fuck, man. I don't know. The little girl didn't die, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
It took 2 goddamn movies for us to find that out, because that movie 3 ends with them being like, "Oh, this little girl's in a locked room. Who knows?"
Ugh, these movies are so poorly plotted. It's insane.
Disagree. The lore is deep.
I guess Detective Bluetooth saved the day when it comes to Julie Benz and Tweaker, dude.
There you go.
Did he?
He shows up, and according to the wiki, they're both still alive. So
Right.
I guess.
I think he may be the only one in this entire franchise on this police squad.
Does he die in a later movie?
That's what I was about to say. I think he's the only one that doesn't get killed off in some way. I think. I could be wrong. I have no idea. All right, fellas. I really, really need a pick-me-up after this. I need a movie to watch after Saw 5 that will put me in a better headspace, because this thing is just so fucking bleak.
Oh, Jesus.
So give me a double feature. So what is a movie people should watch after Saw 5? JT, what do you think?
So if you're a fan of the Saw movies, I would say The Collector.
Okay, I don't know if that would be a pick-me-up, but I hear you.
Yeah, that's interesting choice.
Same screenwriter as this one, actually, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you said double feature, not pick me up.
I said both, but I hear you. The Collector's okay. It's a fine movie, I guess. Nathan, what are you watching?
I went with another hyper-violent movie starring Julie Benz that I think came out the same year, Punisher Warzone.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good times.
Fuck yeah.
Mally, what are you watching?
Keeping with the whole old man who ends up being more than he appears to be, I'm going Meet the Parents.
That's good.
I got nipples, Jigsaw. Can you milk me?
You have to milk him.
Hello, gay lord. Your trap is to milk your father-in-law.
You have to fill this beaker with his milk.
Oh.
That is a cum trap.
My first episode on this podcast.
Nathan did not like that one.
I liked it a lot.
Your face was like, oh. What are you saying, JT?
No, I was thinking that my first episode on the podcast as the comptroller with Noah.
Yeah.
When Mally was all like an old man that's more than what he appears to be. When y'all talk to me about Methuselah with a sword and like shooting fire and shit, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That movie rules for like 12 seconds.
It does.
When you talk about that. So this is not my official pick, but I thought you guys would appreciate this. I'm going to go with a movie that's got some good wordplay related to the thesis of this franchise. And it's also the fifth entry in this one. You Only Live Twice.
Okay. The film where James Bond becomes a Japanese man.
Yeah.
Super normal.
I mean, this franchise doesn't do well with, racial...
Race
relation stereotypes, everything like that.
Yeah.
But my actual choice is I'm going with something completely different with lights and color and a little bit of joy, little to no conflict.
Oh my God. I thought you said whites.
And I'm going to go with Chef.
Okay.
I guess.
What?
Jon Favreau's Chef.
Sure. Good movie.
Interesting pool.
Again, I need something completely different. Again, that has little to no conflict. I just want to watch Jon Favreau make some grilled cheeses or whatever he's doing in that movie.
Yeah. He's having a good time.
Yeah. It's colorful. They go outside.
They do go outside.
No one's getting strapped to a table or anything like that. So yeah, there you go. And we do this with horror movies occasionally, but what is the best kill of the movie?
I mean, it has to be the last one.
Well, I was going to say, the way I define best in this case is I think the best is the pendulum trap.
Interesting.
Because it is gruesome. It's incredibly slow. The closing of the walls around Strom is the most horrific. But in terms of like the best, in terms of like screen presence and everything, the effects, I think the pendulum trap is the winner.
And I think the fact of the sheer hopelessness, because he crushed his hands and did what he was supposed to do. And still got it,
Yeah.
It's really good, but I did get a big laugh out of the nail bomb.
That is really funny.
So I got to go with that one.
That is really funny. And I already know the answer, but I do have to ask, do we recommend Saw V?
No. Sorry.
No.
Not a chance in fucking hell.
I think of these 10 films, there's probably 3 good ones and the rest are trash. And I literally do think you could watch Saw 1, Saw 10, and Saw 2 in that order as a trilogy. You'll get everything you need out of this franchise.
Okay.
I will say, though, a couple of weeks ago, by the time this episode comes out, there was the story that Blumhouse bought the IP rights from Twisted Pictures.
That's right.
So we'll see where that goes, I guess. Maybe we'll
Wait, what?
Yeah, Blumhouse now holds stake.
Yeah, and James Wan is back on board.
Yeah.
What?
So I don't know if that's a reboot, if we're actually going to get that Saw 11 that they promised would come out this year and is probably not.
No.
But we'll see.
I just saw that Blumhouse is making a video game as well.
Okay.
What is happening?
I don't know. I saw a trailer to that recently, and I was just like, what the fuck?
It's funny you bring that up. That Saw video game, that first one where you play as Danny Glover, is fun. It's so fucking stupid, but it's fun.
I never played it.
It puts you in that set of like, if you were in one of these, it's kind of like Jeff from the third one. Like you're put in a warehouse and you have to go room to room and like, you got to figure out how to get out of traps. It's pretty fun. It's so fucking funny that it's canonical and nobody's fucking played it. But
I didn't know that was a thing.
There's actually 2 video games and I've only played the first one.
What?
But yeah, that is Saw 5. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and leave feedback, please, wherever you're listening to us right now. We would greatly appreciate that. If you want to follow us on social media, you can. We're on Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Lemonade. We have a subreddit, reddit.com/r/Silverlinings playlist, as well as a website with a plethora of information, TSLPpodcast.com. If you've got a bit part suggestion, we played a little cue here from Hot Rod to get into our bit part talk. If you've got a bit part, just some funny line in a movie from a throwaway character, and you think we should add it to the rotation, you can do so by emailing us at the silverliningsplaylist@gmail.com and telling us what the line is or what movie it's from, or use the contact us form on our website, as well as if you just want to get in touch with us in general. And lastly, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/silverliningsplaylist. Nathan and I, we just recorded our episode on TMNT Out of the Shadows. And by the time this episode comes out, that'll be the most recent one. And the next one up on our list is Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I have not seen yet. So we'll see what happens with that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What is going on the Patreon?
And you can get that with a 7-day free trial and only $1 a month after that.
Mm-hmm.
And tons of good stuff on there. You get episodes released early. You get, access to some behind the scenes stuff that you don't get anywhere else. It's for $1, literally as cheap as we can make it. I think you get some pretty good stuff on there.
Yeah.
Okay. So next week, Mally, is your pick, and we're sticking with the horror franchise, and you're going to give us a clue for your pick.
Oh, yeah, bud. Happy birthday to all moms.
All right. Okay. I got to tell you, I kind of fuck with next week's movie. I think it goes pretty hard.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm very excited.
It's good.
It's actually good, Nathan.
That's what I've heard.
Oh, man. There's one scene I want to talk about extensively.
Yeah, no, guys. I picked a good movie, I think.
Hey.
You did.
I'm so proud of myself.
I believe in miracles.
We're doing Sydney Sweetie's Immaculate. I can't wait. So anyways, thank you for listening, everybody. Rest in peace, Oatmeal. And I guess Agent Strom,
Yeah.
He was the only good actor in this whole movie.
And as always, survival of the fittest, my ass.
Oh my God. Darwin would have a field day with this franchise.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Hello, YouTube. If you've made it this far, thanks. Could you do us one more favor? Could you hit those like and subscribe buttons? Maybe leave us a comment on what you think of the show. We'd really appreciate it. Join us again next week for an all-new episode. Bye.